It's Friday, May 15th, and this is the Echo Press Newsminute for the week of May 10th through the 16th. I'm Lisa Johnson. Here are the top stories for our Wednesday, May 13th issue. When Dave Wolf gets an alert on his phone, he's braced for bad news. The CEO of Gardenville Cooperative Telephone Association says, "We have surveillance and security cameras on our data center sites and our tower sites, and our goal is to watch for two-legged animals, not four-legged animals." So imagine the surprise and delight of his team when the 10:30 p.m. alert they received on April 7th showed not vandals, but a black bear strolling down the road. Then came another alert exactly 2 weeks later, this time on a Tuesday morning at 10:30 a.m. The video with the mama and the cubs on the road was about a quarter mile from that tower, says Wolf. Then once we saw that, now we have two different recordings, so we know there's some bear around that area. We're going to let them do their thing and avoid going out there for a while unless we absolutely have to. For safety's sake, Wolf says his people will stay away, and for the safety of the bear family, read the rest of our story in the print version of the newspaper or read it and watch the video online. Matt and Chelsea Gensler moved to Alexandria in 2020, and by the time their first child was born in 2022, they were living in their third apartment. Despite the fact that they were debt-free and doing what they could to save for a down payment, finding affordable, move-in ready housing in the area was difficult. The couple spoke at the Habitat for Humanity of Douglas County Hard Hat event last Wednesday, May 6th. They shared their story of trying to find a home, and having both volunteered for Habitat in the past, they were familiar with the organization. "We knew we fulfilled the necessary criteria to be a partner," said Chelsea. Their median income also had to fall within the acceptable range, which Chelsea said, serving in ministry for as long as they did, was pretty much a guarantee. "We also went through homeownership courses, budgeting assistance, and had fabulous mentors in Tara and Dennis Bitson," they said. "And once the home broke ground, we were heavily involved in building our home, too." For the complete story, go to our website or read the print version. Sandy Susag of Alexandria, who worked for many years in mental health, says there's a drastic shortage of assistance for mental health problems on all levels for both adults and children. Susag and other community members have founded a nonprofit called SOKs, which stands for Support Our Kids. The mission of the group is to help with the costs of accessing mental health care for kids, especially for parents who have lost their insurance or whose high deductibles discourage them from getting their kids into therapy because of the cost. Susag says about $500 covers an initial diagnostic assessment, which can sometimes take 2, 3, or more appointments. This assessment can provide a defined diagnosis, and it's something a primary care physician can use if medication needs to be prescribed. It also opens up the opportunity for the child to access some county funding or to reach out to some other sources of mental health coverage. For the rest of the story, go online or pick up our paper at the newsstand. A full reconstruction of Alexandria Airport's main runway is almost ready to take off. At its Monday meeting, the Alexandria City Council agreed to advertise for bids for the project, which is scheduled for construction in 2027. After several years of planning and delays, the FAA is preparing to issue a discretionary grant later this year for a full reconstruction of runway 1331, Airport Manager Craig Anderson said in a memo to the council. The estimated construction cost for the runway 1331 reconstruction project is just under $8 million. The FAA will only fund a 75-foot wide runway, though, and since the airport is 100 feet wide, the remaining runway width of 25 feet will be funded 70% by the state and 30% from city and local monies. Read the full story online or in print. In life, a big crowd turned out for the Alexandria Farmers Market in Big Ole Central Park Saturday, May 9th. It was the first market of the season. 19 vendors were selling a wide variety of items, according to Ron Branch, market manager. Shoppers browsed through flowers and bread to monster cookies and frozen bison. The weather was bright and sunny, but temperatures were only in the low 40s. Some folks were wearing coats to take the chill away. The summer market runs from May through October on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon. Additional dates will be on Tuesdays beginning June 23rd and running through October 27th, and Thursday from June 18th to October 29th. We have lots of photos with this story. You can see them online or in the print version of the paper. In sports, strong starting pitching carried the Alexandria baseball team to a doubleheader sweep of Bemidji on Friday. Landon Guess-Norling and Griffin Wimmer each went the distance as the Cardinals defeated the Lumberjacks 3-1 in both games. In Game 1, Alexandria struck right away in the first inning when Nolan Johnson singled to bring in a run. The Cardinals added another run in the second when Connor Anderson singled down the left field line on the sixth pitch of his at-bat to make it 2-0. Guess-Norling earned the win after allowing one unearned run on 3 hits over 7 innings. He struck out 5 and did not issue a walk. Game 2 followed a similar script, with Wimmer throwing a complete game to lead Alexandria to another 3-1 win. The Cardinals struck in the bottom of the second inning when Easton Klimek grounded out to bring in a run, and Anderson tripled down the right field line to score another. You can save money by subscribing to the newspaper, and we're also offering digital memberships to access the paper online. Stop by our office at 1920 Turning Leaf Lane Southwest, Suite 12 in Alexandria, or give us a call. The Echo Press, giving information life since 1891. Here are the top stories in our Friday, May 15th issue. The Prime West Health Runestone Community Center was filled to capacity Wednesday afternoon, May 13th, for the spring 2026 graduation of Alexandria Technical and Community College. The event kicked off at 1 p.m. with the entrance of the graduates, followed by an introduction from ATCC President Michael Seymour. Get more details and photos in our print and online versions of the paper. 2 musical groups recently collaborated for a fun performance with some surprise instruments and the saga of the 4 oarsmen. The Grand Arbor Choir, under the direction of Jane Hirth, and the Viking Land Ukuleles, under the direction of Faye Sandvin, and with assistance from Susan Baldry, joined together for what they called a sing-a-lele, a water-themed sing-along. The groups performed in the Pat Community Room at Grand Arbor in Alexandria on Monday afternoon, May 11th, with audience members singing along to songs like This Land Is Your Land, Yellow Submarine, My Bonnie, Row, Row, Row Your Boat, and many more. The choir, with just over 30 members, has been in existence for 4 years, said Hirth. We find joy in making music together and use music to improve our health and well-being. Everyone is welcome and everyone succeeds. According to Hirth, Sandvin and her husband Leroy belong to ukulele groups in the Twin Cities area. When they moved to the Lakes area, they wanted to find a way to give back to the community. They knew there are many lonely people in the world, and their mission is to use the ukulele as a vehicle to bring community and joy, said Hirth. For the rest of the story, go to our website or read the printed version of the paper. The Alexandria City Council voted to hire Rap Strategies, Inc. to get the word out about using a local sales tax of 0.25% to expand and renovate Phase 3 of the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center. This is the final phase of the project, which includes building a third arena. The city expects to know by the end of the state legislative session on May 18th if the city will be allowed to place a question on the ballot in November relating to Phase 3 of the project. Douglas County is also pursuing a local sales tax of 0.25% to help build a library, and the library board has also authorized hiring RSI. RSI says it will provide communication services, develop a comprehensive plan with city staff, and produce supporting materials through the November 2026 election. The council and county each voted to pay RSI $4,750 a month, effective mid-May to November. Read the rest of this story and other council news by going to our website or picking up the paper version of the newspaper. Two big changes are taking place this year for the annual Best of MN West Relay for Life event, the location and the date. After 10 years of holding the event at the Douglas County Fairgrounds in Alexandria, this year's Relay for Life event will be at the Alexandria Shooting Park, 6533 County Road 87 in Alexandria. Typically held in July, the event is shifting gears, and for 2026, it's happening Friday, June 5th. The Best of MN West Relay for Life signature American Cancer Society fundraising event represents 10 counties across west central Minnesota, including Douglas County. Tony Deedy, the event lead, says organizers made the decision to relocate to better meet the growing needs of the event. The new location offers expanded space, improved parking, camping opportunities, and flexible logistics, along with a climate-controlled dining hall with comfortable seating. The rest of this story is on our website and in print. In life, Alexandria High School DECA had 53 students participating at the International Career Development Conference recently in Atlanta, Georgia. They faced off against more than 25,000 students from thousands of schools worldwide and brought home 2 glass trophies, according to Eric Hartman, DECA teacher from AAHS. Only the top 3 winners in each event received glass trophies, which represents a top-tier finish at the World Championships. This is an outstanding accomplishment on the international stage, says Hartman. He added that Alexandria had the second most top 3 finishes in the state. Alexandria DECA students had 7 events and groups qualify for the final round of competition this year. This meant that nearly 50% of their events advanced to the top 18. The story is online and in print. In sports, both the Alexandria boys and girls track and field teams made the most of the home meet on Tuesday, May 12th. Both teams swept the team titles at the B. Lorman Invitational at Alexandria Area High School. The Cardinal boys scored 224.5 points to finish well ahead of runner-up Wilmer at 135 points. The girls won with 202 points, nearly doubling the visiting Cardinals' total of 106.33. Our opinion page is filled with a variety of items this week: an editorial about how to safely apply backyard chemicals, a thumbs up, thumbs down editorial, In the Know column about Alamere Health and tier placement, our history column, a guest editorial about how to punish scammers, a commentary about long-term care, and letters to the editor, one about gun rights and another about Mother's Day. I'm Lisa Johnson. This is the Echo Press News Minute for the week of May 10th through the 16th. The Echo Press News Minute is produced by Al Edenloff and Lisa Johnson. The Echo Press, giving information life since 1891.